You're building the empire
and we'll help you protect it.
because even the most powerful women
Still have trust issues.
Hey, welcome back
Hey.
to another episode of Trust Issues. I am one of your hosts, Erica Hall with EH Wealth Advisors.
And I'm Urenia Ricks Johnson with Ricks Associates PLLC.
Listen, let me ask you a question that makes people mad.
Okay.
If you died tonight, would your money go where your mouth has been?
Oh. Okay.
Woo!
Put your money where your mouth is.
Or would it go where your paperwork says? Because those are not the same thing. And the second question, as equally spicy, if your spouse or your partner couldn't access cash tomorrow, would they be okay? Or would they be fundraising online with GoFundMe?
Okay. And let's talk about a legal twist. So are you doing well? Are you legally prepared? Okay, but you don't have no documents, no beneficiaries updated, no power of attorney, no plan for the kids, no plan for the business.
Yes.
So that's not a flex.
No.
That's a liability.
Boom.
That's a lot.
What a way to open up 2026. Today, we are talking about getting the 2026 reset in order. Listen, it's a new year, leaving no loose ends. What you think?
We got to tie it up. We got to get tight.
Yeah, we got to tie up the loose ends. So no loose ends. So welcome to Trust Issues. This is a show where we talk about money. We talk about love, legacy, where power meets protection. And so this time, we're going to talk about your financial checklist of getting your house in order for 2026. And yes, some of y'all going to feel attacked today because you're going to be like, ouch. But that's when you know that you in the right place. So if you can work past the ouch, stick with us. Because we're going to make sure not only that you get the legal, that you're going to get the know-how, the information, that you're also going to get some tools that'll equip you.
Yeah, and this podcast is about people. It's for people. We're building, we're protecting, and we're passing it forward without the confusion and the chaos. That's what we're trying to prevent. We try to prevent confusion and chaos.
Yeah,
and if you stick with us, we'll help you.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people start the year off with some great vibes, you know, new year, new me, the New Year's resolutions and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to focus on the management in wealth building. And so we're going to make sure that you know the condition of your flock. That's what the word says.
That's what the word says.
A wise man knows the condition of their flock. You know the state of things. You get the state of the city, the state of the state, the state of the union. Yeah. How about the state of your house?
The state of your house. Is your house in order?
Yeah.
The state of your house. We're going to give you some practical tools this year. We're going to talk to you about a reset.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how to execute it in 3 sprints, 72 hours, 2 weeks, and 30 days. We're going to give you some tools.
Yeah, 72 hours.
72 hours, 2 weeks, and 30 days.
Oh, my goodness. That's sometimes how you got to break it down. Yeah. Getting your house in order is taking stock on what you own, what you owe, and who gets what.
Yes.
And who can act for you if you can. Isn't that what you talk about?
Yes. Who can act for you if you can? And just understanding that helps in so many different areas. I was advising clients today, and I was just talking to them about the what ifs, and they kept saying, I never thought about that. So if we could help you to start thinking about the things that you haven't thought about or even just considered, that's about getting your house in order. It's about touching into those areas where you've kind of ignored.
Yeah.
Or even just thought it would take care of itself.
Here's what I think happens, because I'm a speak for the world.
Okay, speak for the world.
I'm gonna speak for
You
for
shall
y'all.
represent today.
I'm gonna speak for because I wake up in the morning after giving the Lord praise for
Hallelujah.
waking me up. Thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning and starting me on my way. My mind goes to, thinking about my family. I immediately go to my children. My next thought is my children or my parents, my loved ones. Are they okay? What's going on with them? And then, of course, the prayers begin. I began to start listing
Speaking
all the
in-
prayers
yes.
speaking all the prayers over their lives and things that I know of what's going on with them. But what you just described in the conversation that you're having with your clients is when they say that I never thought of that, you may be entering into our minds a different way of thinking. But I promise you, our minds are overloaded with worry sometimes of we don't know what the answer is though. If something happens to me, what would happen with my family? Or I wonder if my parents have their stuff in order.
Right.
Or what are my children doing to take care of this or take care of that? My thought this morning was, I wonder did they turn the water on to let the water run so the pipes don't freeze?
Yeah, and you're thinking
In
about
the
that
house.
because of how cold it is.
'Cause it's
right?
cold, right?
And we're thinking about it from the perspective of, and I had to think today because my son, they canceled school yesterday.
Yeah.
Right in the middle, before they got out of school
Before
yesterday.
they got out of school, they called it.
So I was trying
Overloaded
to
mind.
figure out what was next with that.
Yeah.
What was next with what we're going to do. Who's going to be there? Who's going to help
With that, yeah.
with that?
So, that is a great example of how we have an overloaded mind. We have so much on our mind that we can't rely on our minds to take care of everything. The mind was not created for that. The mind was not created. I know I'm not a brain surgeon or, a psychologist or anything. I took some psychology classes. But I do love to understand how things work. I do love to understand how we work. And what I discovered is that the brain, as powerful and as magnificent as it is, it in its maximum, it has capacity,
It has
limits.
capacity. And limits.
It
Right.
has limits, and its best function is for keeping you safe.
The reactional.
Yeah, figuring things out. And storing things for recall, for you to be able to recall them.
Remember it.
Right? Right? For you to recall. So you're not going to hold everything in your active mind, right? In your conscious mind. And so that's why you want to have a plan.
A plan.
A written plan.
Yes, because it just helps you with getting things in order, and we keep saying that because it's so important. And getting your house in order is not just about budgeting. It's about what you own. It's about what you owe. It's about who gets what. Who can act for you if you can't.
Right.
And when they can act.
Yeah.
How they can act.
Yeah.
And also, and how your business and family keeps moving if life happens. And a lot of times, especially with my business clients, the what if of their business is oftentimes things where they don't even consider, especially if you're a single member
Household.
LLC or just you have your
Yeah.
own business and you're thinking about things and you've just been handling things, or if you have a partner or if you have different people, but just figure it out. Who do you want to continue to run the business, or do you want them to just get the income from the business? Do you have people in place to replace you? Those are things that we don't necessarily think about, or if we think about them, we may think about them for a minute, but not really for the implementation part of
There's
it.
no written plan. All right, so financial reset checklist. So we're going to run the money reset using this framework.
Okay.
Tracking,
Tracking.
analyzing, setting goals, preparing a plan, and then review the plan. This is what I call the financial blueprint, right? This is your financial blueprint. You have to track what it is that what you say, what you own,
What you own.
what you owe.
What you owe, who you owe money to.
Right.
All of that is tracking that too. But
Yeah.
and then how you want to distribute it
Yeah.
and when you want them to receive it.
Yeah.
How you want them to act.
That's that analyzing. And then once you identify what those are, now you want to set a goal for whatever it may be. And so that is having that written plan. Sitting down with your estate planning attorney to prompt those questions, prompt those things in your mind to make you think them through. I think I shared a story with you the other day about something one of my children did, and it made me rethink my
Right. Make you rethink you. Like, okay,
made me rethink.
that's the
You
analyzing.
didn't even know you being analyzed
right now.
But when you show your character, I'm like, I don't know if I should give you that responsibility.
You know, and knowing that, and then knowing, and I tell my clients all the time that these are functional documents and these are yours, you know, and having, it's almost like people going through your house. If something, God forbid, something happens to you, like if you're there, what would you want them to, what would you want them to see? You know, so bringing a third party judge into your family business. And trying to figure out, okay, this person means this to you. This person, you don't like this person.
They don't
or
know
you love this
the dynamics.
Right. They don't know those dynamics. So that's what you do when you don't have a plan, though.
And there are some family dynamics, and you'll have family dynamics, and you'll start living life according to those family dynamics and not even realizing that according to state law,
the laws of intestacy,
that
yeah.
this child that you have adopted, brought into your home, is not a part of your nuclear family.
Exactly.
On paper,
and
or as far as the law is concerned.
Exactly.
Right.
They're not an heir by law.
Right.
And if they're not an heir by law, then they could totally be disinherited or totally have no claim to anything, and that may have not even been your intent. You have brought this person in, you have brought this person into your household,
Yeah.
and want them to be a part.
Yeah.
And now there's no evidence of that. Now it's your word speaking about this, and there's nothing in writing to collaborate what you're saying.
All right, so this is where rubber meets the road time, right?
Okay.
We said that this today is about writing it down, getting your checklist, getting your house in order for 2026. All right, so we're gonna give you some assignments today.
Assignments.
Yes. So your first assignment is to like, follow, and share.
Number one.
If you've been getting some good information from this podcast, Trust Issues, from myself, from Urenia, the least you could do is pay us attention. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So for the next 30 days, I want you to track your spending.
Yes.
Using an app, using notes, using a spreadsheet. I don't care what it is, but write it down. You hear me out there?
Write it down.
You hear me out there?
You can use the app. You gave a great app. Was it Rocket Money? The app?
Yeah, Rocket Money.
That you can start looking at, like what you're spending money on, what you're paying out, things of that nature. That's a great app to have.
I love the apps,
but some
because
people
they can
just
give
want
you
to
the data.
Write it down.
Yeah, some people just if you want, if that's what you're gonna do, just do it. Do it. Pen and paper, write it down. Just track it for the next 30 days.
Yeah,
next 30 days.
And just doing those things, and that definitely helps you to analyze. You know, what are you thinking about? What it leads to our next step of analyzing your finances, right?
Yeah.
Once you write it down.
Before we go to analyze, though, I want ask me the question.
Why do people avoid tracking? Why do you think people avoid tracking? Why are you afraid of tracking?
Because I think because people are scared to see the truth of where they're spending their money on paper. People don't want the truth staring them in the face of where you can't handle the truth. It's something when you look at where you have been spending your money, it can even reveal something that you're addicted to that you don't want to admit. Did I hit you?
I don't know if we want to talk about that. Next, let's go to step 2. Analyze. I don't know if I want to see. I don't know if I'm ready to accept.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Right. But what you said is so true as far as why do we avoid it? We avoid it because when you really think about it, it's a lot. You know, I made an effort even just this month. I made an effort with eating more healthy and things of that nature of, not making that stop at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Or just doing it. I wouldn't necessarily do it every day, but somewhere throughout the week I was going to Starbucks.
Yeah.
I was going to do it, if it wasn't but it was just, even though I did coffee at home some days, it just some days I just had this craving for
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Yes.
But I made an intentional effort this week to not do it.
Have you heard of the latte factor? You remember the latte factor from back in the day?
I haven't heard
So
of
the
that.
latte factor is this. And I don't remember the specifics, but you'll get the gist of the story. And basically it's saying that if you were to take your daily stop to get a latte, wherever it may be, because everybody don't go to Starbucks. It may be Dunkin'
Panera,
Donuts
Dunkin'
or
Donuts,
Tim
wherever.
Hortons. It may be any of those coffee shops. And you add up what you spend on latte. You take that money and you put it in a save. Put it in something that's in an investment that's earning at least 6% over a 20-year period or something like that. That same amount of money, you will be in the 6 digits. I'm talking about like $160,000 of money that you will have saved.
Ooh, that's making me sad.
The latte factor. Look it up. It's a real thing.
But it's real. I've heard of it before, but I didn't hear of it in that context. But I did, think about from that perspective when I was doing it. I was doing it more for the weight loss, because I was thinking about how many more calories it is in that, and then me and doing it on my own. But thinking about it even from this perspective of how much I was spending, and how much I'm actually saving now by not, and actually just taking that, even the concept of taking like what I would normally spend, $10 a day, and just putting that up.
Right. Yeah. So why wouldn't someone want to track their spending? Because it's restrictive. It's restrictive. So analyze that next step of analyzing is calculating your net cash flow, what you bring in, what you have going out, and then how much you have left.
Yeah, and then from a legal risk standpoint, if you're living with a deficit and one emergency hits, that's when people start cashing out retirement accounts with those penalties you talked about, borrowing from friends, or signing bad contracts.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of clients that have signed bad contracts, and then they need help because they have signed contracts where they've rushed to sign it, or they needed the money right away and they didn't necessarily look at the interest rates, and now they are called a lot of times hard money lenders that they have been associated with, and now it's not even worth what they're paying triple of what they borrowed.
Yeah, which is something I think we heard about last night. So, yeah, I want to pause here to talk about word on the street.
Word on the street. Okay.
Word on the street. That's what we're going to call it. And so it's like, typically you'll find yourself trying to get a hookup, trying to get a hookup. Can I get a hookup? And sometimes the hookup can come out to hurting you in the long run.
It does. And then until you and then what you shared yesterday was really profound. I don't know if it was received, but it was profound because I don't think that we think about the long-term things of when we do things. And it sounds good.
Yeah.
And everything sounds good is not always good for us.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to think about those things when it comes to what is our long-term goals, or what are we trying to accomplish? Nothing's free. And nothing is for free or cash now. What are you doing to make sure that you are set 30 days from now?
Yeah, definitely. So that legal risk, I love what you brought up about it, because what you find when you do the analysis is that you're either living in a surplus or you're living in a deficit. And if you find that you're in a surplus, well, now we got something to work with. We got something to work with. But if you find that you're living in a deficit, we need to change some things.
We do.
Right? If you have a deficit, I'm not shaming you. We're going to name it, right? Yes. If you don't fix it today, if you don't fix it and don't face it, then this is the problem of why you're going to end up having to do what you just mentioned, going into those retirement plans. Or
even looking to file for bankruptcy. We did a whole segment on bankruptcy last year. about that being a help and a reset. But a lot of times it's because we are living from the standpoint of not really looking at the fact that we are in a deficit and keep getting even more in a deficit. And that's the reason why even when I have clients that come to me to file bankruptcy, they're like, well, can I keep this credit card? Can I keep this? I said, my response to them is, you can't request relief from debt and continue to get into debt.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Gotta make sense.
That's not how it works.
That's not none of this works.
That's not how none of this works.
Right. And then, our next step is after this, after you do the analysis, is you're gonna set some goals. So if you find yourself in a surplus and you find yourself in a deficit, your goals are gonna be a little different. Mm-hmm. If you find yourself in a deficit, then you may have to, as you mentioned, I think that is the extreme. That's the, maybe the last resort, I think, as you showed us before. But maybe you can restructure some things. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can get rid of some bills. Listen, I got rid of regular TV, streaming TV service like 2 decades ago. And when it was time to buckle down and to save so that we could do whatever, and it was time to sacrifice, that was the first to go. I mean, after shopping. Okay. Shopping.
Okay.
Right. I would fast from shopping.
Okay.
When I need to do something. I've pretty much gotten control of it. I don't shop like I used to shop. But fasting from shopping, cutting some expenses, getting rid of the gym membership, get you a yoga mat and work out on your floor in your home. Or whatever it may be.
Get your treadmill or somebody invest in something. Right.
Cutting those additional expenses, watching those purchases on your phone, going into the app store and clearing out all those expenses that just automatically come out, those subscriptions that just eat away at your purchases, eat away at your purchasing power. Yeah. Every month. See, they're monthly. And you know what I discovered about monthly payments? Mm-hmm. We love them.
We do.
We love monthly payments. Monthly payments make $1,000 WAP. $1,000 WAP versus me paying, on it monthly over the next 18 months, or something like that. Feels a whole lot do more, like, okay, I can afford that.
Mm-hmm.
I can afford that. But you don't know what your picture is. You don't really know what you can afford if you have not taken state of your flock.
Yes, and you have to, and that's important.
Because it's going to tell you what, if you do the analysis and you're in a deficit, you cannot afford it. You cannot afford it. Now, what you can afford is to put some plans in place to either pay off debt and see if you can make some adjustments. You can restructure your payment schedules on bills, get rid of some. So what I want to say about the TV streaming service, I never went back.
You never went back?
I never went back. Okay. I never went back. Well, actually, I did for a minute when I got it for a real deal for like $5 a month when this new plan first came out. But when they bumped it back up to what everybody else is playing, I got rid. I don't watch TV like that. I don't watch TV like that. So I got rid of it. And so I'm like, so you got to think about, what can I do without so that I can get myself together?
Exactly. And to have something in the long term. I never forget and this is applicable now, when I was at law school, I remember my mentor telling me that you have to put aside for today what you would do today.
Yeah.
For your tomorrow.
Because
there was a lot of times that, as a student, and because it was so high tense, and it was just times when I wanted to just, go out with my friends, do things that I wanted to do at that time. And she was just like, you got to think about what you got to do right now. You got to put the work in now. Because you're going to reap those benefits later. And those are things that we have to think about now, as far as with cutting things and just doing things that make more sense now.
Yeah.
So that way we can reap some more benefits in the long run.
So I'm gonna wrap this up so we can get into some legal reset checklist items. But after you do your plan, when you like you said, set aside today in preparation for tomorrow. Now you can, if you are in a surplus, you can take those dollars and you can start allocating them towards saving for building your emergency fund, whatever those goals are, building your emergency fund, which should be number one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you still have credit card debt, you still have bills that have to be paid. Building an emergency fund for yourself should be number one. Number two should be, in addition to saving for retirement, saving up a nice investment account that you can touch that's not allocated for retirement. And then the last one is identifying how you want to adjust your plan, because as you put these things in place, your financial prowess is going to go level up, higher and higher and higher, and you're going to have more advanced and more sophisticated access to advanced planning.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
It's so important to have that out there.
So why don't you take us on a legal reset for 2026?
Okay.
What are some things that we should be focusing on if we were to have a little checklist?
Well, I just want to say, and it may seem a little harsh, but many families, they don't have a money problem.
Uh-huh.
They have a paperwork problem.
Okay.
They don't
heard
have
us today.
So the one checklist is checklist A. If I'm going tonight, what happens?
Yeah.
Beneficiaries, retirement accounts, life insurance. Do I have a payable upon death accounts?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have an estate plan? Do I have a will? Do I have a guide for the probate court? If I have to go to the probate court, if my family has to go through the probate court, do they have a guide? Do they have something from me that helps them through the process? Or do they want to handle it? Do I want them to handle it privately and I have a trust set up with a guide for them?
Why do you think we don't put these things in place?
I think one of the things that I think people think about is that if I do this, then I'm going to die.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
As soon as I plan, I put it down on paper, something going to happen. It's almost like the superstition thing. I'm going to avoid it because I'm going to live. I don't want to talk about dying. I want to talk about living.
You know, when I do retirement planning with my clients, one of the things I love to say to my clients, because I have some really, really awesome clients. Mm-hmm. And I love to say, you know what? You've done a really good job. Congratulations. You have done a really good job of saving. You've been diligent of saving, paying down debt. And now that you're getting ready for retirement, now that you're in retirement, you're in a really good position. And you have done a really good job with what you have built. Mm-hmm. But we need one more thing. We talked about it last time. I'm going to keep bringing it to you. Here's the attorney's number. Let's get that estate plan in place. Mm. I hadn't thought about it.
Sometimes it's a really apprehensive thing. And I remember when I first started doing this, someone indicated that to me. They said that they felt that as soon as they started talking about it, that it was almost like a superstition type of thing.
Oh, no.
That as soon as I talk about it, I feel like something is going to happen. I need this because something is going to happen. If I don't think about it, it's not going to happen.
Mine was every time I was getting on an airplane, or every time I was thinking about planning a trip.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, I should have got them those estate planning documents done before I booked this trip. Mm-hmm. Every time I was getting ready to go away or getting ready to fly, mm-hmm. that's when it would be top of mind. But it just wouldn't be top of mind.
Yeah, and it's not something, like I said, that people want to talk about, like when I'm not here. And then I try to bring the proactive versus reactional statements to individuals to kind of help them put their mind at ease. I had a senior tell me that I did a workshop for a church organization. Yeah. And they were, they had the ladies come in and kind of talk, and I did a estate planning seminar.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the mothers, she was one of the seasoned mothers that was kind of over, she was like the supervisor over the women. And she said to me, I'm going to do my estate plan with you because I feel like I can trust you. And I do also feel like that you're just not about making me give away my money to my kids.
Yeah.
She said, because I want to do with my money what I want to do with it.
Okay.
And she said, I'm going to give my kids something. But she said, I just felt like the people that they were bringing to me, because they were bringing to me all these people, and they were just like, you need to go with them. And she said, I like you. I'm going to do my plan with you, because I know that it seems like you care about what we do.
Yeah.
And I love that. And because I
Mother,
do.
yes.
And so I think it's important to understand that it doesn't mean something that's going to happen. It doesn't mean that because you're doing this. It just means that you're actually just being responsible and thinking about all the what ifs, and making sure that when we talk about protection.
Yeah.
When power meets protection.
Because you got to think about how do you get out when you get in. Mm-hmm. And this is how you get out.
Exactly.
And last night at the workshop, you were talking about something about blended families or something.
Yes,
and I think I had yelled out Candy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how that is her situation is a really good example of how you go in with eyes wide open. Mm-hmm. Of we pray to God that this doesn't end, but if it does, here's how I want things to be handled.
And you have children. We have a lot of things going on where people getting married later in life. You have a lot of different dynamics, and sometimes
you coming with some.
And sometimes the situation is good. And sometimes the situation is bad. Sometimes you have a great relationship, which I praise God for. I have a great relationship with my daughters.
Amen.
But I do have friends, and I know people that have
never mended the lines.
It never came together.
Yeah.
It never got to that point.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason.
Right.
And that's why it's so important to have those documents in place. And also, what about if you're alive but you can't function? What about if you're in the hospital? I told you this story about how my father-in-law has had some health challenges, and how my mother-in-law came to me because she had to have a POA, and she didn't know what that was.
We think that just because the Bible says that we become one, that the government is going to recognize, or the car dealership, or the mortgage company, or the dealer, the lender, or the iPhone, or whomever, if your name is not, or the bank.
Yes.
Or the bank, or any financial institution. If your name, I'm sorry, but if you call me and your name is not on the account, which is every single IRA, because IRA stands for individual retirement account. If your name is not on the account but you're the beneficiary, you still can't ask me any questions about your spouse's retirement account.
You cannot. And so if the spouse calls you, just prime example,
I can't tell you anything.
You can't tell them anything without that POA, without that power of attorney. And those are a part of.
I have a copy of it.
Your documents that you must have. That's why I said that people don't have. They have a paperwork problem.
They don't have
that proper paperwork. So we're gonna ask some difficult questions, and we're gonna hopefully you all can answer some of these things for us. And respond in the comments. Let us know what you think.
All right. Okay.
So this is the first one. If your partner died, husband, wife, partner, whoever, could you access cash in 24 hours? Yes or no?
From their account. Because people don't put beneficiaries on their bank accounts. You know how many people don't put beneficiaries on their bank accounts?
And you know where that money is?
Many of us.
Now, after they pass away, it's with your state, unclaimed property.
Yeah. They have to go through. All right.
Okay.
Do you have a will, or do you have a prayer?
Oh. Are you insured, or are you hoping?
If your business stopped tomorrow, would your family still eat next month?
Is your budget real, or is it an aspirational fiction?
Do you know what your net cash flow is, or are you guessing?
So who's on your beneficiary forms right now? Your spouse? Your ex?
Or your mama?
Your child that's 12?
They're not going to get the benefit.
They're not going to get it.
If your parents needed help, do you know their plan?
Have you talked to them? Do you run your finances from your brain? Or do you have a written plan? Is it all up here? Or do you have a written plan?
If the internet saw your spending for 30 days, would you defend it? Right.
ChatGPT, you see my spending?
Well, I wonder what ChatGPT would
What
say
they
about my
said.
action plan. Listen, this is your call to action. We're going to get out of here, but over the next 72 hours, listen, start tracking your spending for 30 days. This is your challenge to yourself. List your accounts, list your debts, identify if there's any financial leaking. You want to find the leak in your finances? Open up your phone. I don't know about the Android, but open up your iPhone and go to apps and purchases and look at all the purchases that you have going, the subscriptions that you have going, and identify if those subscriptions are still valid. Do the same thing on your Amazon account.
Yeah, that's important. And 2 weeks, okay, calculate your net cash flow. Your surplus. Do you have a surplus or do you have a deficit?
Yeah.
Pick budgeting method and write the plan or have an app for the plan.
Yeah, pick your budgeting. Are you going to do, my best one is give every dollar an assignment, right? Don't guess at it.
Yep. And review your insurance, or make sure you have insurance. And if you do have it, make sure you review it. Review life, disability policies, property, insurance, business, whatever you have that you should have insurance on. If you don't have it, you can definitely get with our trusted advisor, Erica Hall,
That's
to make sure
me.
that you have insurance. But if you don't, even if you do have it, you want to make sure you review it in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right. For the sprint, for the next 30 days, check your beneficiaries. Check your beneficiaries on everything. On your insurance, out on the job. Call your benefits plan and find out who do I have listed as my beneficiary on my company's group life insurance policy. On my 401k, on my bank accounts. What about your estate plan? I love how you said if you became incapacitated, who would be able to speak on your behalf, handle business on your behalf? If you were out of the country or you're on a cruise ship and that deal you had that you were working on that needs to close in 3 days and you're not back for 5.
Because of some type of delay. We all know about the delays in with flights and things of that nature. But having that power of attorney, because those documents, they not only help you with the estate plan now, they help you at triggering moments. So you have different moments where it could be a help to you. So making sure you have that scheduled within the next 30 days. And business owners, make sure you confirm your legal structure, that you have the proper agreements in place, and that your business is functioning as a business.
Yeah, because I love you, but I don't want to be in business with your spouse. Right?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to be in business with your spouse. So if you have business partners and you all have an agreement, make sure your buy-sell agreements are in place so that there is a disposition of assets should something happen. Right?
That's so true. So this was a great episode. I'm so excited that
This is your 2026 reset.
Yes. We need you to get your life together. We're going to get our lives together. We're helping individuals to make sure that we get it together in 2026. And we're hoping that we're giving you some of the tools to do that.
I know we've given you the tools to do it. All you got to do is apply the tools.
Just do it.
This has been Erica Hall.
And Urenia Ricks Johnson.
For another episode of Trust Issues. Peace out.